Hey y'all, welcome to the second installment of Ask Charlie, where you, my fans, get an opportunity to ask me, Charlie Twang of course, anything that dillies your dally. Like for instance, Mr. Twang, why is it so hard for you to get that pick in your guitar? Well, I'll tell you, it's tricky because the string structure, it's hard to say in and of itself, sometimes does not justify sliding a little plastic slither through it. Anywho, on to the questions. We have right here, first up, respectfully yours. I'll do this to let you know who it is first. Respectfully yours, Junior College, which is spelled C-O-L-L-E-D-G-E, which is a play on words because he's trying to represent how junior college is misspelled, therefore junior colleges mean people go to junior colleges are dumb. That ain't always true. How you doing? So what he asks is, by the way, he's from Okinawa, Japan. He asks, how would Twang handle an ass whooping handed down from Chuck Norris, in brackets, who also played your hero in Walker, Texas Ranger? Well, here it is. Here's an answer to that. It's funny you asked that, actually. There was a time I had the serendipitous fortune to meet Mr. Norris. We ran into one another at a Las Vegas casino called Saloon of Doom, and he was over there playing on a table that was basically shaped like a big old sand dune. And I came over and I saw him and I thought, well, that's Mr. Chuck Norris. I wonder if I should approach him. And I thought to myself, well, he probably gets that all the time, so perhaps I should be the bigger man and just kind of let it be, John Lennon. So then I headed back to my table and I was playing blackjack. I remember I was doing pretty well too, and all of a sudden I felt this tap on my shoulder. And this tap, man, I'm telling you, the only way I can describe it is I can't describe it. It like paralyzed my shoulder. Like I felt it, man. It was like death touch that you always see in those kung fu movies. Like tapped down on my shoulder, and my whole right side went numb. That's my dealing side too. So I dropped my cards, and I was like, it's going to be one of two people. It's either going to be Chuck Norris or Mr. Spock from Star Trek. And I thought, given the fact I was in a casino, I had just sided Chuck Norris, I figured the likelihood was that it was probably Chuck Norris. I turned around, and sure enough it was, and he had a look of surprise on his face. And there was something else in his eyes. He had this look like, I could kill you 20 different ways. Which one do I choose? But then there was that 21st look in his eye. That was a look of love. And that's the one he went with. Because he started in with a handshake. He's like, you're Charlie Twang. And I was like, you're Mr. Chuck Norris. I said, that's right. And I said, man, I have all your movies. He's like, nope. Listen, Charlie. Let it be the other way around. Let me be the one to dote on you, because I listen to all your music and it's gotten me through a lot of rough times. I'm 60, I'm getting older now, but you represent the strong, aging man, not old, aging. And I kind of represent that because I still work out and eat healthy and whatnot. Anyway, I said, you know what, I really respect you, Mr. Norris, but there is one thing. That spin kick you do in all your movies, I think I see that coming. And he said, Charlie, can I call you Charlie? He said that, I remember that. I said, you've done it like 2 or 3 times anyway, so that whole formality's gone, man. And he said, he kind of laughed. He's like, you wouldn't see that kick coming for nothing. And I said, all right, Mr. Norris, you're on, buddy. And we went out like 2 dudes that were getting ready, high noon, OK Corral and whatnot. We all walked out there, and I could kind of hear the music in my ear. Ow, 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 wow, 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 ow, ow, ow. And so we went out, and there we were standing, ridiculously far away for like close hand combat. And it was all ultra dramatic. And he starts walking toward me, and I was like, uh-oh, it's on. I'm fighting Chuck Norris, man. I've watched this dude in so many movies, and I've seen dudes just like me, a dime a dozen, getting their ass whooped. I thought, what do I do? It's like, Now he's gonna throw a couple punches and he's gonna do that damn spin kick. It's like I've seen him do it every time, man. 1, 2, whoa, there it goes. Every time, man. So I thought, I'm gonna be ready for it. Not just that, he threw his punches, I blocked him. I'll admit, man, my arms were like numb the next day. This one had just started getting feeling back in it anyway from the death touch. And all of a sudden, I'm like blocking his punches, and I'm like, here it comes, man. And he kind of had that gleam in his eye. He telegraphed it, you know? And he like goes like this, and I was like, here it comes, man. I grabbed it and I grabbed his heel, man. I remember it was like a kind of sandpapery heel, and I like went like that, and he did like a little stumble. I mean, he didn't fall down, because he's graceful like a cat, but he stumbled a bit, and he just looked back at me and he's like, see if I can do his voice. You know, Charlie, that was the best anybody's done that I've seen. I've been on a lot of sets where guys have challenged me, but you really knew that was coming. And I said, you know, Mr. Norris, just because I knew that was coming doesn't mean the next guy would. So your secret's safe with me, man. And with that, he walked away. I don't know if I'd interrupted, you know, his craps game or whatnot, but he just walked off into the sunset, I swear. I swear to God. Anywho, I digress. That's about all I'll say about that story, but I think if Mr. Norris is wanting a rematch, he knows right where to find me. My door's always open, except when it's closed, if you know what I'm saying. Well, that's it for this installment of Ask Charlie. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope I gave you some clear and concise answers to your questions. And if you would, too, if you have anything else that you want to ask me, you know, anything whatsoever, you know, about girls I've dated, quite a few, or, you know, dogs I've owned, quite a few there, too. Feel free. Send it on through the pipeline, the electronic pipeline, to Charlie Twang. And I'll do my best to answer them in a concise and orderly fashion. Thank y'all. Peace out.